Hey guys, it's Simon. This is Pro Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on the 19th of February. No, it's not February. What the fuck am I thinking? The 19th of July, 2019, to talk about everything that went down tonight at Extreme Rules, the 2020 edition. No. I'm wrong. It's the horror show at Extreme Rules.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm on a pay-per-view review.
You are.
Fucking sound the alarm. Buy a lottery ticket tonight. You're in luck.
Right?
God, so this show, Tim, give me like one word to summarize this show for you before we like talk about the match.
Can I use an acronym?
Yeah, you could do a word, phrase, acronym.
WTF.
Respect. What? All right, yeah.
Because there was some stuff that I liked, but then it was like, what the fuck? Why did it end like that? Or why did this happen? Why did, like... So I'll say it right now. I thought the actual wrestling between Seth and Ray was pretty good.
It was a lot of fun.
But then the end was just like, all right, yeah, I knew Ray was going to lose, but why did Seth have to start throwing up? Is he kind of... Is that going to be... And I'll talk about it later, but is Seth snapping out of his crazy? Him realizing...
No,
realizing what he did was disgusting, making himself throw up because of it, is him he's snapping out. And then, what was that fucking finish with Sasha and Asuka?
Oh my god.
And we'll get into all of that. We'll get into all of that.
We will. But before we get into all of it, I want to say hello to the chat. Marnello's here, Gomez67, Hunter Parker. Jesus, that was a loud cough. Decker94 is here, Nick Alto 98, all the lovely people hanging out. Hot Rod Bub is here. And chat on, is it Jaco or Jacko?
Jacko.
Jacko. Rowell 48. All the lovely 2000 Zach. What happened to the first 199? I lost the joke halfway through. I gave up. I'm at that weird stage where I'm not high yet because I just started smoking, but I'm like working on the high. It's getting there, man. This pay-per-view was confusing and weird. It wasn't as confusing and weird as it was just up and down. It was really up and down with like the really good things were there, and then the really bad things were like, damn it, that really you gave me this good thing, and I, like, man, that Sasha Asuka match,
right?
Match of the night, I think. Match of the night.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did phenomenal. It felt like a real, not WWE style match. This shit was hard. This felt like a Japan.
Oh yeah, they were going
like a Joshi match. This shit was insane. A lot of the stuff I loved Sasha, and like some of the holds she had Asuka in were really, really fun. I thought they looked cool. Shit that you don't see on WWE TV, which is nice. It was a lot of fun. I think the last 2 days of pay-per-views have been a shit ton of fun. Slammiversary, which was last night, now today. Extreme Rules, or the horror show at Extreme Rules. It just sucks that WWE had to just fuck around with the weird finishes like they usually do, but we'll get into it. I came home a little late, and I only got to watch like the middle of the Rey Mysterio match, and then everything beyond that. So I missed everything that happened beforehand. So you're gonna need to update me here, Timmy boy.
Boom. All right, I was setting something up while you rambled, so you stopped at the perfect timing. I finished what I was doing.
It's
easier to switch it, so when you start going on your rants, I can make you full screen easier, quicker.
Oh, nice.
Better.
My rants.
Hey, remember, we got Nick's hot takes, and just to let you guys know, after this stream, we will hit the affiliate level here. That means we can have Twitch emotes, and we will have that Nick's hot take Twitch emote. Because we need that Nick's hot take Twitch emote and other Twitch emotes as well. Plus, you guys can get your badges for being subscribers. But that's all coming in the next couple of days. Tonight, we got to talk about Extreme Rules.
The horror show at Extreme Rules. Damn it, get it right.
The horror show at Extreme Rules.
Bring back Great Balls of Fire. If you're going to make dumb names, bring back Great Balls of Fire.
Gracious, Great Balls of Fire. Anyways.
So good.
So,
what up, Ray?
The first match we did have was actually on the kickoff show. I caught this match halfway through because I had to run to the store before the main show started. I was like, Kevin Owens, Murphy. I know Owens is most likely going to win, so I'm going to run to the store now. I hoped the match didn't start before I got home, but it did, and I caught like the second half because, and I thought the match was okay for what I saw. Again, I didn't see half of it, but basically Kevin Owens defeated Murphy.
Nice.
The finish of the match, where was it? I have it written down here. Murphy recovered and climbed to the top. Owens avoided Murphy. Owens hit a super kick and followed it up with a stunner for the victory.
When did he start using the stunner as his finishing move?
Probably about 2 years ago now, maybe.
Did he have to get permission? I assume he did.
I think he asked Austin, but I could be wrong about that.
I'm pretty sure I have heard Austin publicly be like, "Yo, this kid's stunner's not that bad." So it's not like he's ever. I assume he's never said no because he's still doing it 2 years later. Hey, what's going on, Wayne Montgomery? How's it going, man?
Stone Cold Steve Austin did reveal a conversation with Kevin Owens about using the stunner. He said, with Kevin Owens, "Don't throw my name out there," Austin said, speaking from his home in Los Angeles. "The guy can talk a lot of trash. He is great in the ring, and he's using my finisher, but hell, no one is going to be the next Steve Austin." He said, "My finish was being used by someone else before I made it famous, or even trademarked it as the stunner. So I told him, go ahead and use it." Because he's not the first person to use a cutter, a stunner. Also,
no one's the first person to use any move in wrestling.
Nope, but hey, fucking Carl Anderson can gun stun again. He doesn't have to worry about, well, Randy Orton's got the RKO. Fuck it. He hit that gun stun last night, and he had the perfect extension off that gun stun.
So clean.
Yeah, it was.
Impact was last night. Extreme Rules was tonight.
So, like I said, Kevin Owens did win the kickoff show match against Murphy.
Nice.
We then go into the main card, where it kicked off with the Smackdown Tag Team titles. It was.
I actually saw the ending to this match.
The end of this match, fucking Kofi got just killed.
He got plummeted through those fucking tables.
The New Day defending against Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura in a tables match, even though there was a lot of bullshit on how this match became a tables match. Michael Cole said there was some sort of pole that the fans tied on, and then he said Shinsuke and Cesaro wanted a tables match. The New Day wanted a cage match. So then when Cesaro won the match to pick the stipulation, Cole and Graves still didn't know what they were going to pick. Anyways.
Yeah, I love when WWE confuses themselves.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's good.
So this match was okay. It dragged a little in the middle. It started off really good, dragged a little in the middle, and then really picked up at the end again. I don't know if maybe they were told to stretch for time because we ended up not getting a U.S. title match. I don't know. Maybe. And I don't know any info on that as far as if the match was ever supposed to actually happen and then they canceled it today, or if it was always supposed to be what it was. I don't know. So when we get to that, guys, don't ask in the chat because I actually don't have any info on why the match was advertised the way it was and didn't actually happen. But we're here to talk about the tag title match. I liked this match. The heels had the early advantage, but New Day fought back and isolated Cesaro on their side of the ring. Big E caught Cesaro for a huge belly-to-belly. New Day tried bringing in a table, but the heels cut them off. The New Day recovered, and Kingston hit a running dropkick on Nakamura. The New Day set up a table at ringside and attempted a doomsday device on Cesaro. Nakamura jumped Kingston from behind and pulled him back into the ring. The heels fought off the baby faces for a little while and attempted a double suplex on Kingston through a table, but Big E made the save. Tried to powerbomb Nakamura through the table, and Nakamura escaped. Cesaro attempted a press slam on Kingston from the apron, but Kingston slipped out. Cesaro and Nakamura attempted a double suplex on Big E through the table, but Big E reversed and suplexed Cesaro into the ring. Kingston then hit the trust fall on Nakamura, but barely landed on Nakamura and crashed hard on the floor. That's not the first time he's done that trust fall, didn't really get it, and just splatted.
It's not fun to watch when he fucking splats.
No.
It's tough.
Because it's like any other kind of dive, even you're coming off the top rope to the floor, so it's hard to catch yourself.
Yeah.
But other dives, when you're just diving forward, you can usually kind of try to land on your feet or catch yourself with your hands and your legs, but I don't know.
It's just a straight flat back from 10 feet in the air, and it's not fun to think about. Yeah.
So New Day then came and placed a second table on top of the table that was in front of the announce table. A lot of tables there.
Yeah.
They teased a superplex through both tables, but Cesaro escaped. Cesaro gave Big E a big swing into a basement dropkick from Nakamura. They basically did the Cesaro Tyson Kidd spot.
I'm very glad because I really, really like Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. I thought they were fun.
That's why Cesaro does the sharpshooter.
Check your Twitter DMs.
Twitter?
Yeah.
So.
No rush on it.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So. Where was I? Kingston recovered and ran wild on the heels. The finish was insane and scary looking. Kingston attempted a Hurricane Rana to Cesaro off the middle rope on the outside, possibly through both tables, but Cesaro basically held on to him. Nakamura then assisted Cesaro into getting Kingston in a powerbomb position, and then Cesaro jumped off the middle rope and sent Kofi through both tables on the outside, and Kofi just looked like he was killed. He sold it like he couldn't move, like he was dead, like he was just a body that couldn't do anything. Gnarly looking spot, and we get new tag team champions.
Which I'm glad. I think New Day can just win and lose kind of freely, and I don't think anyone would really say anything too bad. And I usually like watching New Day chase belts. It's always nice to see them win because it always feels pretty like, yeah, the good guys won.
Here's my thought. We got SummerSlam coming up in about a month. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
What do you mean?
I think they win the titles back.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I'm sure the only reason they took it off is so they can get the adrenaline of putting it right back on them. It is what it is.
I mean, these four work well together, so I'm not opposed to, hey, more matches with these guys. Crap, it's the same thing we've seen for the last 2 months. I'm not opposed to that because these four guys work really well together.
They do. Also, can I tell you something? I was looking at the lower third, and I saw Randy Orton defeats Edge. I forgot
I could fix that.
A match.
I thought I took out all of them, but I could fix that.
They weren't. Yeah, they didn't have a match, did they?
No. But when I create the graphic, it all kind of goes in together as one thing, and so I didn't take that one out.
Gotcha.
Ramble for a second.
It's good. I'm going to take a look at chat just to see what some of them thought about it. What did you guys think of the tag team match? I thought it was a nice way to open the show as well. A nice little tables match. Going to get everyone nice and pumped. I'm seeing up here, Sinclair Saturday says Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura is a great tag team. Facts. I really like Cesaro in a tag team role. I think he's a great singles guy, but I also think I really like tag team wrestling. I'm a really big fan of tag team wrestling, so I think Cesaro does a great job when he's with his teams. Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, no problem, Wayne. I'm glad Hunter Parker liked the match. I'm glad he liked it. I really wish I would have actually been home to watch the full match. I hate that I had to watch it on my phone through Twitter clips.
We're fixed. I know what I did wrong.
It's fine. What happened?
So there was 7 matches set for the show. And so I had 7 graphics on there, and I just had to refresh them for each match. But since there was no finish in the main event, I didn't do a 7th scroll, and so I forgot to take it out because there was really no winner in the main event. So,
Gotcha.
Thank you guys for letting me know about that early on.
Oh, actually, that's a really great point.
Great. What?
How would you pronounce this name? Roka 28. I feel like the Usos should win the tag title soon. Fucking facts, kid.
Can't. One of them's hurt.
Whenever he comes back.
That's why the one hosted the karaoke thing the other week. Because there's nothing for him to do while the other one's hurt. He got hurt at Mania.
I would really like to see, once they are healthy, I really want to see them come back, grab the goddamn belts, just let it be the Usos and Shinsuke and Cesaro feuding for a little bit. Let people forget about New Day. You can do, like...
Okay.
Make this... Go ahead.
Here's my suggestion with that. When Woods is ready to come back, you take the other 2 off TV for like maybe a month. And then they get back on TV. And they get like, we want to go back for the titles. We had a little break, blah, blah, blah. And so everyone's like, oh, New Day, they just want to jump right back in. Why do they want to jump right back in? What have they done? They've been gone. And then all of a sudden, they're like in a match and they're getting beat and everything. And Big E can be like on commentary and it's like Kofi doing something. He's like, maybe we got ring rust. And then like Xavier, I don't know. Something that can bring back Xavier in a fun way. That's like, all right, now we're all 3 back together. Let's rock this.
Oh, I'd really like to see. I really hope they do something fun with Xavier's return, because I think he's so fucking fun to watch that he's got to come back in a really funny way. At least.
He's been a lot more quiet on answering Twitch questions about his injury. Usually he's like, yeah, I'm still rehabbing. I just got, like, I think a month or two ago, he's like, yeah, I just got back into the gym. I'm just working at it. But when I see because I watch his streams sometimes, especially I want to see his Last of Us playthrough and see how he played it and stuff. And I see people, because he interacts with the chat quite a bit. And I see people asking, hey, when are you coming back, blah, 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 blah. He hasn't been really fielding those questions. So I don't know if maybe he knows something.
I mean, maybe
he can't say.
It's just, yeah, he might just be getting ready to come back soon. And they're probably like, all right, keep it on the download. Don't let anyone know.
Exactly.
I think that's cool. Let's move on with this pay-per-view.
We then got a weird little pump-up segment, I guess you can say, for Nikki Cross with Alexa and the Kabuki Warriors. Actually, ramble for a second. I need to run to the room for 2 seconds.
Okay, no worries. I didn't actually get the opportunity to see this, so I'm going to guess that backstage someone was getting cheered on. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to that match. And now I got the big camera on me. This is way too much pressure. This is way too intimate. I'm scared.
All right, I'm back.
Take a look. Oh, thank God.
I just remembered. I forgot to turn my oven off after I made dinner. I'm sitting here and I go,
oh, the house is real warm.
No, not that, but I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I didn't turn the fucking oven off. All right.
I hate that.
We're in the back. We're at, I guess, the new gorilla position or whatever they call in this. Usually gorilla position right where they walk out, but there's no real gorilla position in the PC. Anyways, you've got Alexa there with Nikki and the Kabuki Warriors, and they're giving Nikki like a pep talk. They're like, you can do this. You're going to beat Bayley. We believe in you. And Asuka's like, you can do it. You can do it. And then Kairi's kind of like, and even if you don't win, we'll still be your friends. I was laughing so hard at fucking Kairi.
I love Kairi so much, dude. She's so funny. She's so good.
So the match goes on as Bayley defending against Nikki Cross. Bayley dose straps. Nikki no belts. I thought this was a good match. Cross hit a neck breaker early. Tried to go for a near fall right at the start of the match, but it did not work for her. Cross followed this up with a flying crossbody for a near fall.
Take the hard cam, kid.
I already did.
Oh, it didn't pop up yet on my end.
You're going to have a little bit of a delay, sir.
I know.
Cross followed this up with a second crossbody for another near fall. She just tried to get this match over with quick.
Can't blame her.
Bayley at one point took over and slowed down the pace with a chin lock. Bayley dragged Cross to ringside and tied her up in the ring skirt apron. Bayley beat down Cross, but Cross crawled under the skirt, under the ring actually, and crawled out the other side of the ring. Bayley attempted a sliding drop kick, but Cross caught her in the ring skirt and then beat her down. I think they do this spot too much with Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. The whole put your opponents or you get caught in the ring skirt thing.
I feel like that's just the quintessential like women's spot. Well, you know what I mean? Like you see that in damn near every high profile women's
I
match.
Notice it way more when it's Alexa and Nikki Cross.
Yeah, it might just be something they really, really like to do with each other. They think that they can do that really well. I mean, fuck. If they feel confident with it, more power to you. Because then I know that we're getting the best. So don't want them out there doing shit they don't feel.
Cross locked in a cross face. I don't know why they haven't utilized that before.
The crippler?
Cross with the cross face.
The crippler?
But Bayley recovered and got out of it. Hit a Bayley to belly for a near fall. Bayley followed this up with a suplex. A superplex, actually, for another near fall. Bayley started yelling at Michael Cole because Michael Cole was talking, I guess you could say talking crap. And Corey Graves was like, look what you're doing, Cole. You're distracting the champion. He's like, hey, it's not my fault that she's listening to me instead of paying attention to her opponent. Fact. So Cross then rolls her up for a very close 2. Bayley attempted a sliding drop kick, but Cross caught her and sent her into the ring post. Cross followed this up with a reverse DDT. Cross then fired up and scored another near fall. Cross hit a back suplex for a 2. Cross climbed to the top turnbuckle, but Bayley cut her off and scored a near fall. Bayley missed a charge into the corner and collided with the middle turnbuckle. Cross hit the neck breaker off the apron onto the floor. Cross was firmly in control here, but Banks passed Bayley. Would you call these just boss rings or could you call them, instead of brass knucks, boss knucks?
No, I wouldn't call it that, Tim.
It is boss rings.
The camera can't see, but my head is in my hands, disappointed in everything that comes out of this kid's mouth. Save me. God damn it, he's so proud of it.
Who?
You were like stumbling through the joke. You were so eager to tell it.
Because I didn't know how to phrase it. Because I was trying to say bross. See, I can't even say it. Boss knucks instead of brass knucks. Boss.
Why would you just call him Boss Knuckles?
Boss. Because the cool term all the kids use is brass knucks.
Do they say that?
I don't know. Fuck it. Anyways.
Yo, bro, check out these brass knucks. Oh shit.
So Bayley hits Cross with the rings or the finger accessories. She hits her with the finger accessories. She then hits her finishing move. What is I don't even know the name of her finishing move. That like grab her by the head and spike her face first. Pins her, picks up the victory. Bada boom. Bayley retains the title. Nikki Cross then lays in the ring for a little while, kind of upset with herself.
It's whatever. Man.
WWE then thought it was Halloween. What?
I don't know. I was just gonna say that I'm not the biggest Bayley fan, I guess, anymore. I don't really care. I just think she's boring as hell.
Here's my thing though. I always thought Bayley was a great baby face. Mm-hmm. Who would have thought she would have been this great as a heel though? Like she's really embracing this, and I've almost at times I've been like, fuck, Bayley's better as a heel than a baby face.
I think her as a heel is a little bit of just I think it's fun, but I think it's just a little too. I just read my script 10 minutes before we went live.
I mean, I could see where you can think that, and
maybe it's just her delivery, or just just the tone in her voice that I can't seem to pick up on. But it's just I don't know. A lot of her promos don't sound confident to me. They just sound like
not to me. I think she sounds really confident.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Maybe I'm just maybe it was just tonight and I haven't watched enough episodes of Raw to
Very true.
To see how she is normally on the microphone. Maybe she was just amped for this or something.
Like when she does her whole ding dong, hello, I'm here. Like that stuff just comes off so genuine and so just what's the word I'm looking for?
Just like her, just her.
Yeah, it's just
natural.
That's the word I'm looking for. Natural. It's just like she's not trying. It's just coming out.
You Wayne Montgomery.
And here's the other thing that I'm thinking of. It's like Bayley was a babyface and had to be the whole I'm the cute kid for so long that I think she's just really having fun being something different finally after 8 years of having to play that one character and not being able to change it up really at all.
J Phoenix 12 asks, what do you guys say for the people who say wrestling is absolutely correct? I still like it. Who cares? Shut up. It's 2020. We know damn well that. I just watched a dude rip another man's eye out. Yeah. What do you mean it's fake? This shit's real. Dude, the timeout. Before we continue, I was texting a friend and I was telling him, man, I sure am fucking ashamed to be a wrestling fan because I had to admit to them. They said, "What are you up to?" And I said, "Oh, I'm watching this wrestling match." And they go, "Who?" And I go, "Oh, Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio are in an eye for an eye match." They replied, "I've seen this on Twitter. What is this all about?" Do you know what it's like to have to type on your phone, "This match is happening because Seth Rollins fucked up Rey Mysterio's eye on the corner of the stairs, and now Rey Mysterio wants revenge. So the goal is to rip, you got to rip your opponent's eye out to win the match, and it ends stupidly." I knew this was gonna end. There's a way. There's this is gonna end stupid, and I will accept it. And this ended so much more fucking stupider than I could have ever imagined, with the fucking goddamn Maribel little cheese wax ball coming out of fucking Ray's eye, and Seth Rollins weirdly fake vomiting. I don't know what that was. It hurt, but it was just one of the moments in life where I thought, man, wrestling fucking sucks, man. This shit sucks.
Well, we got that match to actually talk about here in a minute, but first off, we got some Firefly Funhouse. And they really thought it was Halloween with this Firefly Funhouse. Because it's It just screamed, "This is the Halloween edition of whatever show you're watching." Like, why didn't they, like, they didn't sell tickets and have an arena, advertise Extreme Rules. So if you want to do this horror show thing, you could have, like, saved this till Halloween time, October.
Yeah, that's what makes me think that was this supposed to be like I would have been fine if this was in October and it was called the horror show and it was more themed to, like, be spooky.
Right, because this Firefly Funhouse thing was super spooky, had Halloween music. Wyatt promised some terrifying stuff later. He noted on Smackdown that there was something even more frightening than what he has been talking about. They then cut to 2 weeks ago, and he said the more frightening thing was the karaoke showdown.
Yeah, it was fucking terrible is what it was.
So we go to commentary, and it's the Raw commentary team. Tom Phillips, Byron Saxton, Samoa Joe. First time we see them all night, and they have to tell us. They have to tell us. Well, huh?
It's Raw. My bad. I thought they were SmackDown, but they're yeah.
They have to tell us. Well, there's no U.S. title match tonight. Now, keep in mind, we haven't seen Apollo Crews in weeks. I don't think he was at the last tapings, and he may have missed the tapings before that too. I don't remember exactly when the last time we saw Crews was, but they were like, Apollo Crews was here today at the Performance Center, but unfortunately he was unable to pass his pre-match physical and is not allowed to compete tonight as there will not be a United States title match. They then aired footage of a couple of weeks ago when Bobby Lashley, quote-unquote, injured him with the full Nelson, and they said because of that, he could not be cleared. But Bobby and MVP came out anyways. MVP basically said, well, if the champ can't compete, I'm the rightful champion. Also, Bobby, you need to calm down because you can't be putting people in that full Nelson if it's going to affect my future. I wanted this match. Oh, well. MVP laughed and said, I'm the new U.S. champion, grabbed his new belt, and they walked off. Cool, whatever. I don't know what's going on with Apollo Crews, but we'll see him when we see him back.
Well, I hope he is. Oh, of course you pan right back when I'm smoking.
I
hope that he is okay. God damn it, Tim.
Well, since Saturday in the chat since Saturday, how do you know that? You don't know that. No one knows that. I don't think it's been reported.
Plus, also not to get too real here for a second, but like assuming that about anyone, let alone a famous person, a person you know, like that's fucking weird and kind of fucked up to immediately.
That's
think
why
that.
Even if
why not think positive?
See, I've heard rumors on who may have tested positive. I ain't gonna report them unless they or somebody else close to them says it first. Like
100% against the law for you to report it.
The Renee Young one, Jamie Noble, Caleb Braxton. I didn't report any of that until they did. The QT Marshall one, I didn't report that until DDP put it out there. So, and I've heard a couple of things over the last couple of weeks. I'm like, this guy was sick. This guy this. So I don't know. But next up, it's Nick's favorite.
Jaw asked if I was smoking CBD. Nah, man. No, I'm getting fried out of my cord.
It's Nick's favorite match. It's the eye for an eye match.
Oh,
Seth
good
Rollins,
Lord! How about
Rey Mysterio? What were we gonna say? How about a what?
How about I just don't talk about it? How about we just skip it completely? Pretend it never happened.
So, Rollins and Mysterio worked hard in this match. I liked the actual action, the wrestling. But then it was just like, the end was what the hell. So
it was just so confusing.
Seth comes out. He's in the ring, ready to fight. Ray's music hits. No Ray. Ray then jumps him from behind.
Booyaka, booyaka.
So Mysterio had the early advantage because of it, but Rollins hit a sling blade to recover. Rollins tried to pull out Mysterio's eye early, but Mysterio fought back. Mysterio grabbed the pliers and went for Rollins' eye. Mysterio pulled out a table and a toolbox from under the ring. Mysterio then brought in a bar where, what was it? What did Joe say it was? Rebar or something like that?
I didn't get there till like halfway through the match.
I know when you texted me. I'll say it when you texted me or you messaged me. You're so Ray. Where was it? Rollins fought back with the kendo stick. In an awesome spot, Mysterio tried to give Rollins a head scissor off the apron, but Rollins reversed it into a Falcon Arrow on the apron. Rollins went for Mysterio's eye and tried to pull it out. Rollins tried to take out Mysterio's eye yet again with the steel steps. Rollins tried to jam the kendo stick in Mysterio's eye, but Ray fought back. Rollins tossed Mysterio into the bottom rope and on the floor, and Ray crashed into a table. So at one point, Ray grabs the kendo stick and cracks it over his knee. And I get a message from Nick and it just goes, he made a shiv.
It was all caps like, he made a shiv!
I was like,
this is about the point of the match where I started having the, oh, what the fuck feeling. And this is where they really started having to show you how the match is going to probably end with someone getting their eye fucked up. But the way they did it with Seth, like, it's just like it.
Like I said, the action was good, but then when they really focused on, I'm going to get your eye, is when it kind of started seeming like, I know wrestling's fake, but it really started seeming fake.
It really starts seeming like, Jesus Christ, these two guys are just
all right.
doing it.
It's time for the scripted, let's get this shit in match.
You know, I don't know why they didn't just have like Seth versus Rey Mysterio in a fight. You could just fight him. Ray could be like, I want to fight you, Seth. Whether that means like a street fight, an Extreme Rules match, a fucking cinematic parking lot brawl, fucking just a straight up wrestling match, anything other than a match that like a match that's just fucking stupid in concept. What do you mean you have to rip out a man's eye? Like I get suspending disbelief, but you would have given this to me in 2006, I probably would have believed you. I like.
What's the difference between now and 2006?
I think now, like, most people watching wrestling probably are damn fucking well aware. Because, like, I picture the kids that were my age that watch wrestling, that are now 20, and their little siblings, they all know that shit's not actually real. Why are they still making these, like, oh, someone really might get their eye ripped out? It just makes them so fucking, like, dumb.
Remember,
it's so dumb.
Remember, WWE's average audience is over the age of 48.
I get that. But, like, they sometimes have the weird stipulation, like the ambulance match is silly. They have match stipulations that are a little silly.
But the ambulance match, at least that's not unrealistic. At least it's like you got to beat the shit out of your opponent to put him on to throw him into the back of the ambulance.
I don't like the whole you must actually really hurt someone. And we're gonna make the point you have to cause actual pain when the purpose of professional wrestling is to try to do everything as safely as possible. And I think it's just silly. And I think it's just silly to have a match that is supposed to be real, like you're really pulling out a dude's eye, when I don't think anybody in the audience is thinking, Jesus Christ, this guy just got his fucking eye ripped out. And I think that's what they genuinely do think is happening.
I get what you're saying, and it is, trying to do things as safe as possible, and most fans know that by now. But it's also, at the same time, you're supposed to make people think that you're really hurting each other enough to where you can have them knocked down long enough to pin them for a 3. So, but back to the match.
Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the match.
Rollins covered his eye and crawled to the middle ropes after Ray made a shiv. Mysterio then hit a 619. Rollins recovered and tried to jam Mysterio's eye against the ring steps, but he fought back. Mysterio took off the bandage covering his other eye, and he basically had like a contact in that made his eye just look white. And basically, are we supposed to believe that that was a fake glass eye and Mysterio doesn't have a real eye there anymore?
Now, let's rank top 10 possible things that could have been Rey Mysterio's eye. I'm thinking within definitely the top 3, those like Maribel cheese wheels that are red and you peel the wax.
That's what Seth threw up.
Oh, also, the throwing up spot was so dumb. That vomit spot was so dumb.
You got any more? You said you had 10 to rank.
Oh, I definitely don't have 10, but I can keep thinking of what it could be. It definitely could have been the cork of a baseball. It definitely could have been the glass eye. Maybe a bunch of hot Cheetos in a plastic ball. Maybe get creative. I don't know. What do you guys in chat think it could have been? A Halloween gummy eye? That's a good one.
Hey, maybe.
Oh, maybe
remember the eye we saw was just pure white, no pupil or anything like that.
Maybe like a Ed and Eddie style jawbreaker.
Oh Lord,
thinking something like that. I don't know, man.
So it's just Mysterio fought back and rammed Rollins' eye into the steps. Rollins used a low blow and a super kick against the barricade. Rollins then hit the curb stomp on the floor. Rollins jammed the injured eye of Mysterio into the steps again. Rollins set up for a move as Mysterio was against the steps, and suddenly Mysterio started just screaming. They did a quick shot, and Mysterio's eye had popped out. Like, did he pop his own eye out? Because
so here is my question.
Seth was going. Let me finish this real fast. Seth was going for a move. So Seth was going for a move, and then all of a sudden it just cuts to Ray, and the eye had popped out, and they're like, "Just end the match now."
How, like, you'd think the thing would be, why would Seth be going to push in Ray's eye into the corner of the steps? Because unless you push his head down far enough and then pull it back to where the eye is now on the step, god damn, that's gruesome, isn't it?
Here's the thing. Here's the one thing.
Like, he's pushing it in. You're not ripping it out.
They fucked up the already fucked up eye, so they can say that Ray is not blinded because Seth didn't mess up the good eye. He messed up the bad eye.
Oh, they said.
Did they say something like that?
No, they had damage control for why Ray will be fine. It was like, as long as the nerves connected to the...
No, I got that later when Kayla was in the back.
Yeah, they did that.
So yeah, I don't know. They're checking on Ray. Dominic runs down. He's like, "Dad, are you okay? Dad, talk to me." You know, he just wants to make sure he's coherent and not like knocked out.
Son, I just got my fucking eye ripped out. How about you stop yelling in my ear?
And so you look over, and Seth's up against the barricade, kind of like, "Who?" And then it cuts to Ray and Dominic again. You look over, and Seth's mid throwing up. Not much, but it's like the camera had to cut so they can give Seth something to chew on really fast. It looked like some cheese, and then
that was my reaction of the match. That was my reaction to the match. Was just,
so my question was like, so did Seth do something so despicable and so disgusting that it disgusted himself?
No, I think it was just the fact that he just ripped out someone's eye. In theory, it was supposed to be a dangling eye that he saw, and that's gross, and he threw up because it was so disgusting to look at. But I don't think it was like I don't know if it's like a deeper moral thing. I think it was just for the spot.
So after this, on commentary, they all acted like maybe this could be the end of Mysterio's
career.
They
acted like Rey Mysterio fucking died.
Yeah.
They acted like they took him to the back and they were going to throw him in the back of a fucking hearse, bro. So Undertaker's going to be driving that shit up fucking... Where to, Ray? Buckle up, Teddy.
So in the back, Kayla Braxton interviewed Bayley. She asked Bayley her thoughts of the previous match.
This was funny. This was fun. I didn't care for
Bayley's delivery here was really good. Because Bayley was like, yes, I always looked up to Rey Mysterio. I thought Rey Mysterio, was one of the best. He was one of my favorites. But Ray, what you can't see now is I still got both belts.
I know. She said, but don't worry, Ray. You're not having double vision.
Oh, that's it. I'm
still fucking Bayley 2 belt or
Bayley Dose straps.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was funny. I definitely went, oh, fuck you when she said that. Just like, oh, that was a shitty heel thing to do. You got me there.
Right. So Bayley introduced Sasha Banks like we didn't see her earlier in the show and said, coming up, she's going to be 2 belts Banks when she defeats Asuka.
Fuck, also, man, this fucking...
Like, the match was good, but the finish...
So good. I really wish they would have... I wish they would have given them a natural finish, because both of those 2 women wrestled so fucking good.
Yeah.
That shit was fun to watch, dude.
Also, guys, remember, if you want to be part of the show, you can do so by texting in to 510-906-1341. Again, remember, you can text into 510-906-1341.
Do it. Hey, by the way, Tim, the Twitter handle you have for me, that's wrong. My Twitter's Armwick21.
I could fix that right now.
Yeah, I just want to let you know. I don't know who Armwick is. Gomez67.
Because your fucking Twitch is regular Arm Week.
You know how I do. Gomez, he has me blocked, but I don't care. I'll find it somehow.
What happened?
They just tell me that Heelby posted a picture of the eye. But he has me blocked, so I don't really care.
Yeah, I am too.
Hot Rob Bubba says, Raven 7754 says it could have been a white gobstopper, and Dan the Man 1984 says a capsule of cream cheese. I used to fucking hate cream cheese.
Really?
Yeah, man, that shit was ass. Used to hate it. I had to fucking be a big boy grown up.
So going forward, we had the Raw Women's Championship match. Sasha Banks versus one Asuka with the title on the line. I liked the match a lot. Like, I thought the action between Sasha and Asuka was really, really, really good, if not very, very good. But it was just that finish. So Asuka had the early advantage. But Banks locked on a crossface, or the Banks statement, whatever you want to call it, to take over.
I like the Banks statement. I'm okay with it not being called what the move is called if the name of the move that they call it is good.
Right.
That sounded really convoluted. If they give the move a creative and nice name, I don't care if you don't call it by the technical name.
Gotcha.
I think Banks statement is really good. See you later, Raven. Have a good night, man.
So Banks made it to the rope. Or no. Asuka got out and put Banks in the armbar, but Banks got out. Banks then grabbed Asuka's arm and ran up the turnbuckle, but Asuka rocked her with a knee. She attempted the Asuka lock, but Banks broke free. Banks slowed down the pace and worked over the arm. Banks twisted and bent Asuka's fingers. There seemed to be some miscommunication for a minute, but then they recovered. Not sure exactly what happened there. And Banks went to work on Asuka's arm again, which is weird because Sasha she doesn't have like a, I'm going to go for your arm type of finisher or something. So that's why it was weird that she worked over the arm so much. It's not like she's Becky going for the disarm her.
Well, if Asuka doesn't have the arm,
I know what you're going to say. True.
She can't lock in the Asuka lock.
Very true. I didn't think about that. So Banks hit the double knees in the corner for a near fall. Banks was frustrated that she couldn't keep Asuka down. Banks continued to work over Asuka's arm to prevent her from applying the Asuka lock. Asuka fought back and rocked Banks with a spinning back fist. Asuka charged at Banks, but Banks sent Asuka headfirst into the middle turnbuckle. Asuka recovered and hit a code breaker off the second turnbuckle. Banks avoided a hip attack and kicked Asuka in the head. Well, back of the head. Banks attempted a German suplex off the apron, but Asuka held on. Asuka attempted a German off the apron, but Banks avoided it. Banks then scored a near fall off of a frog splash and went right into the Banks statement. Asuka made it to the ropes and she had to break the hold. Asuka then hit a high-angle German suplex to retake control. Asuka used a German suplex and a hip attack for a close near fall. Asuka missed a drop kick and Banks hit a running knee for a near fall. Banks then went to the top and Asuka cut her off. Bayley would then try to interfere after Asuka attempted a moonsault. Sane pulled Bayley off the apron. Asuka and Banks traded pin attempts, but Asuka applied the Asuka lock. Bayley distracted the referee and tried to interfere again. Asuka rocked Bayley with a kick to the head. Banks tried to use the belt, but the referee stopped her from doing so. Asuka then spit the mist at Banks, but instead of hitting Banks, hit the referee. So the referee's blinded, can't see anything going on. Asuka got the Asuka lock on, but Bayley hit her with the belt. Bayley then, for some reason, now here's the weird thing about this. The referee's not knocked out. Is blinded. No. The ref's blinded.
And I want to add one more thing to that. He was blinded, and I'm pretty sure he has a good goddamn idea of who might have blinded him. Right. Call the DQ.
So here's the thing. No. It's not even that, because if you think about it technically, Asuka, yes, should be DQ'd for using the mist, but it's not like... never mind. I'm going to go off something that's not going to make sense anyways. So Bayley literally takes the referee's shirt off of this referee. Keep in mind, the ref's not knocked out. The ref should be coherent, possibly saying, whoa, stop, who's taking my shirt off? No, he's blinded and pretending like he's out.
Unless he's supposed to be in that much pain that he's just like...
I don't know. I mean, even if I was misted, I would notice and feel that someone's taking my shirt off.
You probably got to sell the credibility of the fucking mist.
So Bayley puts the...
Could you imagine...
What?
A referee fucking no-selling Asuka's miss and just taking it straight in the face, looking at her, calling the DQ. That would have been so funny.
So, Bayley takes the referee shirt and puts it on. Sasha then goes for the pin, because, Asuka was knocked out with the belt. And Bayley counts 1, 2, 3, and there's mass confusion from everybody, commentary and whatnot. And Bayley goes to grab the Raw Women's Championship and hands it to Banks. Banks' music plays in the building. So I guess production, how do I phrase this? Production assumed that Bayley's a licensed referee because they played Sasha's music.
Yes.
And they left with all the belts. I don't know what to think of this.
So first of all, they have 2 stolen, vacant title storylines going on right now. By the way, I hope the fucking Apollo,
MVP thing, yeah, kind of, yeah.
They have 2 of the the silliest storylines happening at the same fucking time on the same fucking show. It makes me think of the Paul Heyman RVD from ECW One Night Stand, but done much worse and not as much fanfare. I think it worked in 2006 because everyone wanted RVD to win, and the whole point of it was to get him to win. With this, it just felt like, God damn it, this is really boring now with the whole champion, not champion, I have the belt, I'm the real champion. What I will say is, if you just take that part, pretend it didn't happen, and just watch the first half of the match and everything
first
led up
90%, 85%.
Awesome match, dog. Great match. Great match.
And so now what do? You got to go to SummerSlam with Asuka and Sasha again. You don't have, quote unquote, an authority figure to say, hey, you're not the real champ, give her belt back. I mean, SmackDown sometimes uses Adam Pearce in that role, but who do you really got? They ain't going to have Bruce Pritchard come out and go, I run this show really from behind the scenes. You're not the champion. Give her the belt back. You know what I mean? And they're teasing Kyrie and Asuka too sometime soon.
I don't know. It's I get like I really wish they didn't have this match end in such a convoluted way, because I want to say that from bell to bell this match was brilliant.
Yeah.
I really want to say that, but it just wasn't because of the way it ended. The wrestling in here, and oh my god, the spot where Asuka was like, I'm the champion, and Sasha was like, I need to be the champion.
Right.
And they're beating this, like, fuck, that's really good. That's so good.
Jacko has a good comment here. He says maybe they do a rematch tomorrow. But here's the thing. Why do they need to do a rematch? Bayley's not a real referee. She wasn't the special guest referee or anything. So technically, Sasha shouldn't be the champion. It's still Asuka. And I don't know where they're going with this. It's WWE, so they can do some bullshit where it's like Asuka's going to come out still with a belt, and then Sasha's going to have a belt, and they're going to be like, we're both the champion. I can see that bull.
The only thing I could think, as soon as they did it, I was like, do you think they're gonna come out with like a new belt, like a new, like Sasha's gonna have like a custom belt? This is my belt, and
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? I mean, it'd be cool because I'd really like. I hope they're going in the direction of making every title individual again, making every title their
here's
own
the thing.
Design.
They've had new SmackDown tag titles for maybe a year, and they haven't used them.
Yeah, I really hope that they're slowly starting to like bring out new belts and make them a little bit more like individualized, not to like the person wearing it, but to like the design and how the belt look. I don't want the same fucking W on a red plate or a fucking blue plate.
I get what you're saying.
Like I think the IC title looks like shit. I wish they would have just stayed with the old design, like the classic design.
Yeah.
But at least it doesn't look like any other fucking belt on the card. Or on the whatever.
So, on commentary, they stress that Banks is not the women's champion. Asuka was not officially defeated. In the back, Kayla Braxton gave us a Rey Mysterio update. She said he went to a local medical facility. She said that as long as the nerve isn't severed, Mysterio could keep his eyesight. Cool.
Thank God.
So then we got the WWE Championship match. And earlier this week on Facebook, an advertisement played literally from WWE because the Facebook ad had click here to watch, Extreme Rules on the WWE Network. And if you clicked it, it sent you to the WWE Network website. And it had the match listed as TLC. But that's not what we got tonight.
Unfortunate.
Which is weird. It was actually 2 matches in one. It was Dolph gets to do the Extreme Rules step, but freaking McIntyre has to do normal match. Basically, no DQ, no count out for Dolph, all that for McIntyre. And I think we've seen this before, but it's dumb.
Yeah, it's like what was it? The Queens of Duchess rules.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Chris Jericho did, like in the 90s, I think. Was that them too?
It would have been early 2000s, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
I think it was where it was like he would lose, and then it'd be like, the Queen's rules is actually I can do these things, but you cannot. The match continues.
I knew I had seen something similar before, and that's what it is.
You know who reminded me of that? Brian Zane on one of his pay-per-view reviews.
Nice.
He covered the show that was on.
So, the match itself wasn't as bad as you would think when you just hear the stip, but it still was just okay, to be honest. And
I think this is the best match of Dolph's career.
You know.
Yeah, this is the
best.
It's
better than the Iron Man match with Seth a few years ago?
Yeah, 100 times. This,
but here's my thing. A Seth Rollins Dolph Ziggler Drew McIntyre match, I would have expected better. Which is if you think those two guys, I get it. They did great for the stip that they were stuck with, but they were. It was good for the stip that they were stuck with. I'll say that. But it was just like everything else. Like I expected more out of the match, to be completely honest.
I thought the match was exactly what I wanted it to be. It was really hard hitting. It was Dolph being a bitch. It was Dolph, and it was actually. I really wanted Dolph to get offense. Dolph. This was a really good way for Dolph to get a fuck ton of offense in on Drew and make Drew look like God. This was great, man.
Right.
This was a lot of fun. This was a fun as fuck match. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
So McIntyre had to, follow the rules of a normal match, while Ziggler got to do whatever he wanted.
Hate when that happens.
And where was I? The story of the match was Ziggler could break the rules, McIntyre couldn't, blah, blah, blah. Ziggler set up a table at one point, and so he set the table up, and he was able to stay out there and do whatever he wanted, but the referee's counting. So it's like, 1, 2, but correct me if I'm wrong here. If Dolph would have kept Drew outside too long, and
double count up.
No, because Dolph couldn't be counted out. But if they stayed out too long and Drew got counted...
They said that.
I said what?
They said all Dolph has to do is just beat up Drew outside for 10 seconds.
And he would win the belt?
For the 10 count, and he would win the match.
So he would win even if it ended in a count out?
In the count.
That's what I didn't... Okay.
Yes.
God, I didn't hear that. That's where I was confused, because I was like, if Dolph is beating on Drew too much to where the ref counts Drew out, that kind of hinders Dolph, right? But I guess I didn't hear that then.
Yeah, it was. I don't know at what point it was. I think it was when Dolph was throwing Drew into like the boards and the turnbuckles.
Gotcha.
He just has to hold him outside for the 10 count. I think
that makes sense. Okay. See, I didn't hear that. That's why. Because during this match, I was also making the kids dinner, so I might have just missed that. Lasagna and garlic bread.
Nice. What's the best piece?
You can make lasagna early, put it in the fridge, and then just throw it in the oven when you're ready.
What's the best piece of the lasagna? Is it the super burnt corner with the burnt ash cheese? Okay, thank God. There's no other answer. We let's go. Continue.
So like I said, Ziggler set up a table at ringside. McIntyre cut him off. McIntyre teased giving Ziggler a suplex through the table, but he knew he couldn't do that, so he did it on the floor instead. McIntyre then followed this up with a sit-out powerbomb for a near fall back in the ring. Ziggler used a low blow to regain control. Remember, he can't be disqualified. And then he attacked McIntyre.
Thick kick to the dick, by the way.
And then he used several chair shots. Ziggler hit McIntyre to come back. He went to basically hit Drew's throat with a chair. Ziggler then rocked McIntyre with a chair shot on the shoulder. Tried to pin him, but only got a 2 off of it. Ziggler jumped at McIntyre off the apron at ringside, but got caught and belly to belly over the announce table. Ziggler recovered and gave McIntyre a famouser off the announce table. I kind of wish Corey Graves was commentating this match, because I loved Corey's comment on Friday Night Smackdown when he's like, too much stuff keeps happening on this announce table. I need hazard pay. Because on SmackDown, they're always fucking with the announce table. There's always something going on. He's like, I need to get hazard pay for being here on commentary. Like, Corey used to be funny like that, and he hasn't been for a while, but that was a good line by Graves on SmackDown.
Him and New Day do some funny shit.
So, excuse me. So,
Nice.
Ziggler locked on a sleeper hold, and McIntyre made it to the ropes. However, there was no rope break because Dolph had on the hold. Mm-hmm. If it was the opposite way around, actually, there probably still wouldn't have been a rope break. I don't know. Ziggler recovered, and nope. Couldn't break the hold. McIntyre then fought out of it and sent Ziggler into the barricade at ringside. McIntyre went for a Claymore, but Ziggler used a chair and a zigzag. Only got a near fall off of it. Ziggler then gave McIntyre an elbow on the table. Ziggler...
Yeah, hold on, time out. Mm-hmm. That elbow drop was beautiful. The camera work on that. Not a lot of times will you ever see me praise WWE for their camera skills. But
and their
this
50
shot
million cuts.
Yeah, of Dolph like going up, he get that beautiful fucking extension.
Here's the thing. I don't know if this show was done live. I know it was filmed today, so maybe this show, maybe they filmed this match earlier and was able to pick the camera shots afterwards. I don't know how live it was. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
It could have been like filmed right before or earlier in the day, so I don't know. Maybe it was filmed a little early where they were able to go through, air it like it's live, but know their camera shots and say, okay, we got this one that looked good, this one looked good. That's what I would assume. If it was regular, they would have been cutting 5 times during the elbow drop.
Kid, they did a great job on that. Good job, WWE. Keep doing shit like that. Fuck.
So where was I? Elbow drop. McIntyre. Oh no. Ziggler almost won by count out, but McIntyre barely got in the ring. McIntyre then fired back with a Glasgow Kiss DDT, but Ziggler hit a Faymaster after, a zigzag, and a Uranagi on a chair for a near fall. Ziggler started becoming very frustrated and cleared the ring of everything. Ziggler went to set up for a super kick, and McIntyre all of a sudden kipped up. McIntyre hit a Claymore and just pinned Dolph all of a sudden kind of out of nowhere. Like, Dolph was good. Dolph wasn't like hurting. Dolph didn't seem like, oh man, I'm getting tired because this match is going on too long. Dolph seemed fine. One Claymore, boom, he's done. Match is over.
I like they did like the shock factor, like bam, out of nowhere with that goddamn kick. Had no time to react to it. 1, 2, 3. Thought the match was cool. God damn it, did I wish I didn't see the giant fucking leg slap from Drew on the
He does it every time.
It's so fucking obvious.
Like, when you see guys like Dolph or even Kevin Owens do their leg slap, they do it so quickly that you don't notice it most of the time. But when Drew does it, his hand goes up above his head and then comes down.
I mean, again, it's one of those things where wrestling fans know.
Yeah.
Who cares? Who cares?
All right.
Let's be honest, that was my main event. I could have stopped right there.
Yeah.
Could have ended. I'll be honest with you, Tim. I did. I went to go eat dinner after.
Well, no, you told me you saw the last couple of minutes.
I watched Bray leave on a boat, come back on a boat. I watched Bray beat the shit out of Braun with like a fucking handle to a shovel, and then I saw the champion get drowned. Tournament tomorrow.
So you saw the last 4-ish, 5 minutes maybe.
I wish I saw none of it. I'm going to be honest.
So let's recap this weird thing. This was more of a we're gonna make a short film than we're gonna do a match, because the Boneyard thing was 2 guys fighting, some other people interfere, whatever. This was more less fighting, more movie, to be honest.
Yeah,
parts of this actually to me kind of seemed cool and good for what it was supposed to be, but then at other times it dragged a lot. So like I said, they attempted to do a short horror film instead of a match. Even like I said, with the Boneyard match, it felt like 2 guys fighting on some random property. This was more of, and I'm kind of repeating myself again, more of a movie, of a Friday the 13th, Freddy versus Jason type of deal.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit too much talking at points too, and that's where I think it dragged a little. So Wyatt was sitting in a rocking chair in the middle of the road when Strowman pulled up in a car. He approached Wyatt. Strowman noted, "I'm home." Wyatt laughed and disappeared. Screen went black. Strowman destroyed the rocking chair when it came back and entered the creepy jungle. Suddenly, 2 masked men attacked Strowman, but he fought them off. They cut to the Firefly Funhouse, and Wyatt was cheering him on. Like, he was cheering on Strowman. Suddenly, somebody hit Strowman with a shovel. He turned around and was shocked to see a person standing in front of him, and it was, quote-unquote, another Strowman, I guess. He took off the black sheep mask and attacked the real Strowman. I was kind of confused here. I'm like, so the sheep mask Strowman is supposed to be the old Strowman who is now fighting himself? I mean, we know Bray's a fucking voodoo master, so yeah. Screen goes black again. Comes back. Strowman awoke, chained in a shed. So was he dreaming? Did the sheep mask Bray beat him down enough to where he knocked him out? I don't know. He was chained up in a shed. Suddenly, the Wyatt family theme played, and Bray entered the swamp. Wyatt welcomed Strowman back, and Strowman shouted that he hates Wyatt. Wyatt mocked Strowman and noted that he couldn't hurt him because he's already dead. Wyatt said he's proud of Strowman's success, but it's all borrowed. He's on borrowed time. Wyatt tried to explain to Strowman that he's not the enemy. Wyatt, they talked a little too much, but I felt like Bray got to be the original Bray again when he had just great delivery. And when Bray gets to be this kind of Bray Wyatt, the original Bray Wyatt, I mean, there's no one better than him talking in WWE. Would you agree?
That's facts. I'm going to go pee real quick, though.
Go for it.
I got to pee.
So, like I said, I think the talking was a little too much for what this was supposed to be, but Bray's delivery was good. Wyatt noted that together they could be gods and rule over society. Wyatt asked Strowman if he knows where he's been. Wyatt said that for Strowman to become the monster, he knows he has to destroy the monster he's become. Wyatt asked if Strowman wants to see something horrifying. A woman came in with a snake. Wyatt asked Strowman if he remembers the serpent, which was from a story Strowman told a few weeks back. The woman asked Strowman with the snake. The woman attacked Strowman with a snake, and he actually screamed. Screen goes black again. We come back, and Strowman awoke in front of a fire pit. He fought off a random guy and set him on fire. Don't know who the guy was.
Yeah, just a random dude.
Suddenly, Strowman can hear a woman's voice. He saw her standing off in the distance. He took off her hood to reveal Alexa Bliss. Bliss said she knows he always wanted to be with her. Flashes of Strowman and Bliss together appear on the screen. Strowman approached Bliss. Suddenly, Wyatt attacked Strowman. Strowman recovered and chokeslammed Wyatt into a boat. The boat left with Wyatt's body. Strowman walked off, but the boat came back, and Wyatt's body was gone. Missing, disappeared. Wyatt attacked Strowman from behind out of nowhere with a paddle and tried to drown Strowman. Seconds later, Strowman jumped out of the water, gasping for air. He climbed on the dock, and you could hear children laughter. Wyatt attacked Strowman with the paddle and viciously beat him down. Strowman got back to his feet and knocked Wyatt into the swamp. Wyatt didn't re-emerge from the swamp this time, so Strowman assumed he had won. It was over. The graphic played on the screen like the show's over. We got the copyright logo. Screen goes black, signals out, and all of a sudden it's just back 2 seconds later. Wyatt came out of the water like Michael Myers and locked on a mandible claw. He dragged Strowman into the water, and the water turned red. We don't see anybody, and then suddenly, the Fiend appears out of the water, jumped out of the swamp, laughed maniacally, and the show goes off the air.
Boy, that was dumb.
That's your swamp fight. That's your main event.
Okay, you know why this upsets me the most, this outcome?
Why?
And before you ask, no, I'm not crying. I was smoking this, and it turns out I have nothing left in it, so I was basically just inhaling, like, hot cotton. So that's what passes through the oil, and I feel like shit, and I just had, like, an actual coughing attack. So if I cough throughout this, I'm sorry. But I don't like this outcome because I know tomorrow I'm going to wake up in the morning and Braun Strowman's going to post something on Instagram about how he's out hunting or fishing or what have you. And it's not necessarily the fact that it's breaking kayfabe. It's the fact that, like, why the fuck am I going to watch the next episode of Smackdown to find out what happened to Braun If I could just go on Instagram and see that, like, well, fucking he's fine. Who cares then? They're not going to do anything cool because he's just out hunting. Like, who cares?
Well, let's see when the last time Strowman posted on Instagram was.
He's fucking active as shit on social media, man. He's very active on social media.
10 hours ago, he promoted a New York Post interview he did.
Exactly. Like, come on.
And 2 days ago, he posted a picture of him looking jacked in nothing but a Speedo.
I saved that for personal reasons.
Okay.
Hot Rod Bubba asked questions for Nick. If I saw the Good Brothers debut TNA, I was like, I did. Very fun.
But with that was Extreme Rules.
Yeah,
I do have
that was Extreme Rules.
I do have some text messages I do want to read. Remember, guys, if you want to be part of the show, you can do so by texting in to 510-906-1341.
That's my area.
Got a number of text messages here. This person says, with Ray losing, where do you see him going and what do you see happening to Dominic? So
I hope he goes to Impact.
You think he's literally leaving WWE? He ain't going to no Impact. If he's going to go anywhere, he's either going to work New Japan because he couldn't work really much for New Japan when he wanted to because he was hurt. And, well, I just think he's either going to New Japan or AEW. I don't see Ray going to Impact.
I would like to see him show up once. I want to see Rey Mysterio show up on an episode of Impact and have a match against, I don't know, maybe one half of the Motor City Machine Guns. I don't care which one.
So one time, okay, maybe.
Exactly.
But,
you know what I mean?
Like, Ray's not going to be like Gallows and Anderson signing with Impact.
No, I don't think. No, but I would love to see him come in for like, hey, we got a fucking surprise.
I mean, Bound for Glory's coming up on the 24th of October.
Give me Rey Mysterio versus Miro in Impact. Don't sign either of them. Just host the match. I don't care how much they need to pay. They can pay it to get those two guys on there.
I think Gallows and Anderson are only in Impact because people high up in AEW don't want them anymore after they fucked them over last year. You heard about that, right?
Yeah, I heard. I highly recommend if you haven't listened to that Good Brothers thing that came out. Talking Shop. So check it out.
Yeah, it's on their YouTube.
My God, those two dudes. Carl Anderson is a motherfucker. He is so cool.
So basically, if you guys didn't hear it, they told Jericho, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks, yeah, we're not going to re-sign with WWE. We'll sign with AEW. And AEW and fucking Jericho and the Bucks had a plan for them. They were supposed to be in the inner circle. They were going to attack. They were going to come out and make it look like they were going to help the Elite and, rejoin their Bullet Club brothers and then attack them. But then the day before, or like 2 days before they were supposed to meet with Tony Khan, because that's how far it got, that they had a meeting with Tony Khan, they're in Japan with Triple H. Triple H goes, you guys take this amount of money, and they couldn't turn it down. And so they had to tell the Bucks, yeah, we're staying. And according to Rocky Romero, he got a text message from one of the Bucks, and the Bucks just go, yeah, those guys fucked us, made us look like idiots, because they were telling everybody, we got the Good Brothers coming.
Fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Jericho apparently was mad for a long time because him and Carl Anderson have become really close friends since Anderson has moved to Tampa.
That's right.
Next question here. This person says, keep up the good work, Tim and Nick. My question is, do you think Nikki will get another rematch for the SmackDown Women's title before SummerSlam? And you think the match will be great at SummerSlam? Well, first off, there's no reason for Nikki Cross to get another match. I get why you would say that because Bayley used the brass knucks or whatever you want to call them. But
brass knucks.
I don't think Nikki Cross needs to get another rematch. She lost. I get it. There was some bullshit, but I don't think I just don't.
Yeah, nah. She lost. It's done.
As far as SummerSlam, I don't know what they do with Bayley at SummerSlam. Yeah. I know Bayley said that she wants to defend the tag titles against Lita and Trish.
Wouldn't be a bad
idea. This text message here says, I rate Extreme Rules 5 out of 10. Nick, what would you rate the show out of 10?
I would rate it.
I'd go 6.5.
I would just rate it frustrating out of 10. Just this pay-per-view was just frustrating because when I really got into it, they kind of just fucked it. I don't know, 5 out of 10, half. I really enjoyed what I enjoyed, hated what I hated.
Looking through these text messages, some of these seem like they came in early, and then we talked about it throughout the review. So
So you want to just kind of get our wrap up going here, laddie boy?
I got a couple more text messages here.
Oh, do you?
This person says, if the plan is Braun versus Fiend at SummerSlam, do you see the Fiend winning the Universal Championship?
I hope so. I don't care.
I mean,
yeah, hopefully.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, they could do whatever, honestly. It doesn't really matter. The Universal Championship means fucking nothing. They could give it to, I don't know.
This person's got a good theory. Do you think maybe we can do a ladder match at SummerSlam with both U.S. titles hanging like they did at WrestleMania 10 with the Intercontinental title?
I mean, yeah, but if you're going to end up using the new one, don't. That new one looks like shit.
Well, they've got to use the new one. They paid for it. They've had it since December.
Yeah,
They're not going to bring it in and not use it.
That'd be cool, though. Cool to see both guys come down with one belt each.
This person says, I thought Extreme Rules was good to okay to good. I thought the MVP segment was.
I would say that too.
I thought the MVP segment was a waste of time in the swamp. I really enjoyed the swamp fight because it's better than getting a Firefly Funhouse match.
I enjoyed the Firefly Funhouse match, but I respect that this match just wasn't. It was just too much talking. But also, so was the Firefly Funhouse match. That was a lot of talking as well. But I think Cena is a lot better of an actor than Braun Strowman is. I think that's why that was a little bit more enjoyable.
And this person says, do you think Sasha winning the belt, and I'm going to quote quotations, winning the belt, is only to prolong the Banks-Bayley storyline? Possibly. Because I heard that they wanted to do the match at SummerSlam, but then recently Vince felt that they were too good together to split, and so he's prolonging it even longer. Even though it's been prolonged for like 4 years now.
Facts.
But with that, guys, I think that's going to do it here for our, I almost said SummerSlam because we were just talking about it, our Extreme Rules pay-per-view review. You can follow us right here on Twitch, twitch.tv/PWUnlimited. You can follow us on YouTube, youtube.com/ProWrestlingUnlimited. Follow us on Instagram, just search Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Facebook.com/ProWrestlingULTD. Follow us on Twitter at PWUnlimited. And then you can follow me basically everywhere at TimmyBuddy, Twitch and Twitter. Nick, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Ormweek21. Send me memes. I don't know. Just send me dumb shit. I don't care. Make my life better than what Twitter actually is. Thank you, folks. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. We will see you guys tomorrow for the Monday Night Raw review.
Maybe.
That'll be fun.
There might not be a Raw review.
Yeah. You told me
because I've got a meeting I've got to go to during Raw. But with
so we will see, and we'll see you guys Tuesday then. Tuesday for the Tim and Nick show.
Yeah, I might do something on. It just depends on what time I get back tomorrow.
Okay, for sure.
I'll maybe do like a condensed review and like not as in depth because I'll just watch the show quickly or whatever. Yeah, so maybe it won't be a full like 40-minute review like I usually do for Raw. Maybe it'll be like half that time. I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you guys posted on the community tab on YouTube and on our Twitter.
And before we go, remember, call your mom. She probably misses you. And wear your mask. See you later, folks.